time ago in a strange universe when we did this virtually, but that time has come that it is no more. Now we get to do it in real time, IRL. This is KFWE 2022, Hilton Meadowlands. KFWE, the Kosher Food and Wine Experience. It's that opportunity every year where we get to preview the wine portfolio coming out of Royal Wine Company, which almost represents, or just about represents, every single growing wine region in the entire world. Fun, tough job. They've also made special focus on bringing us some world-class tasty eats. Today we have food from Terrasur, the restaurant at the Herzog Winery, helmed by Chef Gabe, and also a guy named Chef Salmanov, who's a pretty well-known guy in the biz, one of James Beard. I don't know, food's gonna be great.
Drippin' Kosher. Welcome to KFWE 22.
We are super excited to be here today. I am standing with Joseph Herzog, one of the people that gets to run this wonderful portfolio of wine, this representation of global wines. Tell us where we are and what we're gonna see today.
I'm gonna take you a little on an education tour. So we got some new and exciting bubbles. We got bubbles Chardonnay, which is Maître Champenois, Russian River Chardonnay. I got still sitting on the yeast cells, which is the next release, which is the Rosé. We have a beautiful trial that we did, which is a Sauvignon Blanc that we aged in acacia barrels. So it's not your typical oak barrels, it's actually acacia, a different type of wood. We got some forebears, cabins in, which is unique, but more exciting than that is we have a new release that we're adding to the limited edition. So we have the limited Chalk Hill, as everybody knows. We have the Rutherford, and we're going to be adding the Oakville, which we have here. And then finally, we have a comeback of the Clone 6, and then some beautiful new vintages of the Pinot Noirs. Everybody knows we're leading up to Pesach. Everybody wants the Pinot Noir for Pesach, so we got the new vintage of Pinot Noirs. So exciting stuff.
I'm standing here with Menachem Israelovich. There is nobody more well-versed or well-connected in the world of European wines than this man right here. Please tell us what we should expect this year.
So we have this wine, it's a Chateau Lagrange. It's the first time that we produce it in Kosher. It was in 2019. It's one of what we call the Grand Cru Classé. It's a great growth, 1855. So it's, in Bordeaux we have 8,000 wineries, but only 60 are this classification.
Grand Cru.
Grand Cru Classé. So this is one of them. It's the first time that we produce in Kosher, but we have also something very special. This is Chateau Pontet-Canet. Okay, the last time that we produced it was 15 years ago, and we are back now with a new wine, exceptional because this winery became 100% biodynamic, 100% organic. They use only horses for the vineyards. It's something special. And I invite you to come to Bordeaux to visit this winery because it's something out of the world.
Tastes like ZZ Top.
Hi, Josh London here. I write about kosher wines and spirits and whatnot for a variety of publications at this stage. The consumer market has greatly expanded. Not only are more people drinking quality kosher wines, but more importantly, they're demanding quality kosher wines from producers. So the general catalog, if you will, the marketplace or the shelf of kosher wines available in the United States, unbelievable quality compared to what it used to. I mean, and don't get me wrong, there was excellent wine 20 years ago, but there are so many more of them now. So many more of them.
I'm standing here with perhaps one of the more well-known kosher winemakers in the world because he's infectious, he's happy, he's smiling, he lives in a beautiful place, but most importantly, he loves to just kind of talk about his love for growing wine and his love for cooking giant hunks of meats. He has just a fantastical lifestyle in a beautiful place. He runs Shiloh Winery. What is your name?
Amichai.
Amichai, tell us more about Shiloh Winery and where it's at and what makes it so special.
Well, Shiloh Winery makes it special because it's from Israel. That's most important. And thank God consistently for 15 years Things are going great and just getting better and better all the time. And we're very proud.
Where's the winery located?
Shiloh Winery is in Shiloh. It's a little bit north of Yerushalayim, like maybe 20 minutes out of Yerushalayim. Central Mountain. Perfect location to grow grapes. Perfect location for a winery. We're really blessed.
What should we try?
Not just try, buy the rosé now and fast. Our new rosé 2021.
There's like grapefruit, guava, like it's very fresh. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful wine. I always imagine a rosé, perfect for the Seder because it's Eretz Yisrael, it's a red wine. What's the alcohol on this?
About 13%.
Oh, it's still gonna knock you down.
Maybe a little bit less.
Still gonna knock you down.
Yes, yes.
But I always rock a rosé during the Seder, but also when I'm sitting by the pool. You can't have a party like a KFWE without one of the main people in charge, and that is a Mr. J. Bucksbaum. What's your title?
Vice President of Marketing, Executive Vice President of Marketing, and Director of Wine Education. Look, Jewish from people want to be like everybody else. So if there's good wine, they want good wine. If there's good watches, they want good watches. If there's good cigars, they want good cigars. If there's good restaurants, they want that too. But it's to the credit of the Herzogs and the winemakers, which are all here, that they really stepped up and gave them the quality that you see here. Nathan Herzog's father would say, we're not in the wine business. We're in the bar mitzvah business. We're in the bris business. We're in the sheva brachas business. And so when you perceive of what you're bringing to the people as something that is celebratory and is for something that can make you happy and that you can use spiritually, certainly on Pesach and every Friday night, then it puts a whole new different level of satisfaction to it.
I'm standing with Rabbi Morty Herzog. Can you tell us about some of the things that we're going to be seeing this year in the world of kosher wine?
So Israel continues to be amazing. We're in the Israeli room right now. The energy is just palpable, just fantastic energy. Israel has some of the great wines. After everything is said and done, it's Eretz, Zavas, Chalav, Dvash, and Geffen is one of the Shivas Haminim, and that includes wine as well. And then we have on the other side the international room. You know, people used to ask me the question, tell me something about kosher wine. There are about 60 new wines here right now that we're introducing in the room. So it's hard to pick one or another. But the last wine I had was something I really enjoyed, and that was the French Oak from Herzog. But I've had some amazing wines, and the boutiques, the specialty wines. You look at these guys and you think they're little guys, but they know how to do some amazing stuff. So I just look around in this room, I'm looking at Shiloh specialty, but then you got Barkan Siegel's big, Tepperberg big, Tura specialty. And we have a great mix of big, large wineries that know how to make wine on scale, and then we have some specialty wineries that put so much love into their wine. It's a fantastic event, and I'm having a great time.
I know the idea of Spanish wine mostly through the lens of this label called Capuchanis. Please tell me more about Capuchanis and kosher and what you make.
So Capuchanis is a tiny little place 1 hour south of Barcelona, high up in the hillsides. You know, at our company, and that's the unique point, is our history. At the company there's nobody Jewish. We don't look at the Jewish law because of the religious aspect. For us, it's the oldest law of food and beverage conservation. So there's a lot of truth behind your law. So it's a lot about natural winemaking, no technique, no fining, no filtration. We work with very old wines. So we like to make the wines in the most virgin way, in the most artisanal way possible to keep the wine, mouthful and rich and tasty. Then second, we only work our own land. We don't get any fruit from outside. And what we do is we talk about vineyards, they're up to 110 years old.
L'chaim. KFWE is an important space to get to try the new wines that are coming out, get to see the portfolios, but also get to see who you get to see trying out the portfolios I'm standing here next to Mr. Horowitz, who for the past 15 years has been one of the most important voices in consumer kosher wine. Tell me a little bit about yourself, RCC, and your secret wine list.
I've been writing about wine for probably 16, 17 years and tasting wines for about 35 years. RCC is a riff on what's called the Open That Bottle Night, which was created by the editors of the Wall Street Journal. And basically, wine lovers world over have wines in their cellars that they're saving for that special occasion, which rarely shows up. And they never end up drinking those wines. So the editors of the Wall Street Journal Wine Review came up with this concept called Open That Bottle Night. One night a year, it's the third Thursday, I think, in February, get together with friends and everybody brings that special bottle they've been saving, basically creating that special occasion. We sit down for some, good wines and food. I created, as a good lawyer, a bunch of rules around it. And it's been 8.5 years, and I think that the amount of aged wine and cellar wine being drunk today in the kosher wine world has been basically created by this concept of an RCC. I started it in my home in Manhattan, and today there's probably 30 or 40 of these going around the globe.
Worldwide! I get to try a lot of wines from around the world, and there's a major wine growing region called France.
Yeah, and isn't it crazy? Because a major growing wine region, and it's France? Of course it's France. France is it's the basics, That's where our wine comes from.
All right, let's try some Tour Syrah.
Padre Azul.
What does azul mean?
Blue.
That's right.
Padre means father, so it's not blue father. In Mexico, they say que padre. So when you ask somebody, hey, how was your vacation? What do you say? Fantastic. We say que padre. So that's where the name comes from. It is a all-natural tequila. Agave is grown for a minimum of 8 years, so it has natural sugar. So we don't need to add anything to the tequila. It makes it amazingly smooth, and this is the best thing you can share with someone and have an amazing time. It will be kosher for Passover in 2023.
Canned cocktails are one of the bigger markets in, the liquor industry right now. Who doesn't like a canned cocktail? Not a lot of them kosher, not a lot of them kosher with tequila. I am standing here with something called Lisco. This is Ike. Ike, tell me more about what's going on.
So we're Lisco Tequila Seltzer. We have tequila seltzer that's made with a Blanco tequila, 100% real fruit juice, and sparkling water. Great flavor, really balanced, crisp, refreshing in 4 flavors: mango, pineapple, watermelon, and lime.
Hell yeah! I am standing here with perhaps one of the more prominent chefs in the United States. If you pay attention to the global food scene, this man's name comes up a lot, translating Israeli cuisine and that idea for the American palate for, the past 10 years. He's also ventured in kosher. I don't really know this guy, so I'm gonna let him introduce himself and tell us about today's food.
What's up? My name is Mike Solomonov. I'm the chef in Philly of a restaurant called Zahav. My partner Steve and I have a bunch more restaurants, and we're happy to be here in such great, talented company. And I don't know, we have a lot of really good stuff happening. I think that we can all agree 20 years ago, everybody thought kosher food was the worst, right? It got the worst rep, but we know that that's not true. We know that there's demand. We know that Israeli cooking, especially, is very, very is healthy. It's awesome. It's vegetable forward. It's cooking food a la Ash, and it happens to be kosher.
There you are, dude. There you go.
Come on.
This is Chef Gabe, who runs the restaurant at the Herzog Winery, Terrace Sewer, one of the finest kosher dining destinations in the world. Gabe, tell us about tonight and your menu.
Everything that we do tries to make sense. Along the same lines is what we brought here, wanted to tell a story. I'm not going to name drop. Bison slider that we helped raise, small batch. 50 of them were raised, 25 of them were kosher. We got 20. Wow. We wanted to bring some of those flavors in those developments that we've been always working on. My mom and dad's veal carnitas. You guys saw it. It's a taco.
By the way.
I know you guys have tacos out here. There's Latin flavor, but I want to bring in some West Coast. Mushroom taco with mole. Mole to me is like a beautiful freaking sauce that people are underrate. Simple little Asian ingredients, and that was all dictated because of the wines we're pouring. We're pouring Gewürztraminer. We're pouring our new champagne. I can't believe it happened. We're here. It'll be over soon, and maybe you guys come see me, and maybe you guys come see me again in the West Coast.
He's not coming, but we're going to be in California. John, you were late again.
Sorry.
It's that time of night where I'm talking into my mic. I came, I saw, I drank. We schmoozed with some people, but really this is a fantastic opportunity to get to see the marketplace, to get to see the food, to really get to see the people after so long. I'm glad Judd finally made it to hold the mic for a couple shots at the end. This has just been another wonderful, wonderful example of the Royal Wine portfolio, all the wonderful wines that they have throughout the year, all the wonderful wines that we can use for our simchas to help elevate from the physical to the metaphysical. This has been KFWE 2022, Hilton, Meadowlands, New Jersey. L'chaim. L'chaim. Ching ching.
Oh,